Welcome back to the One Decision Away podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Mang. In this one, we're going to talk about why you need to stop looking for love. Stop looking for attention. Stop doing things to get this attention or to find this love, because when you're looking for these things outside of you, you're confessing that you do not have them within you. And of course, we all love the feeling of love, of being in love, of being wanted, of having this reassurance, this validation that we are worthy of love, that we are wanted, that we're good enough. And all of those things can come along in, loving relationships when we find those things. But when you're actively seeking love, you are confessing a lack of love within yourself. And you're confessing it to nobody other than yourself. But when you're confessing or projecting this lovelessness into the world, it's exactly what you're going to get back. And maybe you've experienced this with negative relationship patterns, unhealthy relationships, toxicity in your relationships or whatever that might be. But when you're looking for these things, you're not acknowledging the existence of the love and the worthiness and the joy and everything that is already within you. And so you're projecting a certain image of yourself into the world and saying, this is how I'm identifying. This is where I'm at. And so it's going to give you something that matches exactly what you're throwing out there. So instead of looking for love, operate from a place of love that is already within you. Find the place of love that is already within you. If that's not something that you've connected deeply to, then I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to allow yourself the time and space to actually bring your focus inwards and learn to love the certain parts of yourself that you fear are not lovable. Learn to give yourself the attention that you feel like you need to look for externally. Give yourself the validation. If you're seeking love and attention, in a way, you're seeking validation. And so you need to understand this. What I'm talking about is not denying yourself of validation. It's not denying yourself of attention or love. Not at all. It's actually seeing who you really are. Because when you're seeking this validation in whatever form it might be, you're not seeing who you really are, because you're saying, I need someone else to see my value. I need someone else to see my worth. I need someone else to really see me in order to be good enough, in order to have this sense of validation that I am good enough, that I am worthy of love, that I am lovable. And so you're operating from a place of not being that already. You're not seeing who you truly are. That's the simple point of this topic here, is you're not seeing the wholeness, the beauty, the naturalness, the natural beauty within yourself. You're not seeing who you really are. You're seeking love because you're hiding. You're seeking validation because you're not fully being who you are. Because if you're being who you are, if you are seeing the wholeness in yourself and you're projecting that out into the world, you're just letting it radiate. It doesn't need to be forced. You just need to simply see and acknowledge who you actually are. And when you let that radiate out into the world, you can't help but be loved. You can't help but get attention. And it may not look the same as the attention that you're seeking. And that's often because the attention that you're seeking is empty. It's meaningless. It's not real. Because when you're seeking attention and operating from this place of not being connected with who you truly are, then the attention that is coming back is not even a reflection of who you truly are. It's a reflection of the image that you're trying to project of yourself into the world. And so when you let go of seeking this attention, seeking love, looking for someone to complete you, and find feel, connect with the completeness, the wholeness that's already within you, then you will no longer feel empty. You'll no longer feel like you need something else to complete you. And when that happens, when you no longer feel like you lack what you want, you can't help but bring that into your life. You can't help but bring that love, the validation, not that you need it. And it's not even in the form of validation. You're just being yourself. You're just radiating your authentic light into the world. And the right people will gravitate because they see you being who you actually are. You've accepted who you actually are. You've figured out and identified and connected with who you actually are. And they like that. And so they'll gravitate to you. So it's not about seeking attention. It's not about seeking anything. It's about just being yourself. I made another episode about your purpose in life already being fulfilled. There is no purpose beyond the purpose of you just being here, being who you are in this life. Like, we're seeking to fulfill some kind of greater purpose within our life, but our life literally is our purpose. And you're not fulfilling your purpose in a way until you realize that, and until you allow yourself to simply be who you are, to stop worrying about how other people see you, to stop worrying about other people's opinions, to stop seeking some sense of validation that looks like it might feel good to you, but it's never as it looks when you're projecting a feeling of lack into the world. So it's not about denying yourself of love. It's not about denying yourself of any of these things. It's about recognizing who you already are. Your purpose is already fulfilled just by you being here, being who you are in every aspect, all of your unique individual traits, quirks, whatever makes you you, your passions, your drive, your desires, all of these things is you living in your purpose. But can you embody that? Can you accept that? Can you allow yourself to let down the guards, to let down the lack of acceptance that you've had for yourself for so many years, and let go of people's projected opinions of who you are, and just be who you are? Just be what is natural to you. That's when the natural, healthy, actually fulfilling love will enter your life. It enters from within you, and it comes out of you. It radiates out of you when you enter this space within yourself. And as it radiates out of you, everybody and everything else will see that and come to it. So in a way, you need to crack open the shell that you've built up around yourself, the shell of trying to be somebody else, trying to look a certain way, trying to be more significant because you've always felt insignificant and inferior to others. Or your last relationship made you feel like you're not enough because you simply weren't a match with this specific person. But it doesn't matter because that specific person doesn't have the final say of anything in life, any definition of you or of anybody else. It's simply an opinion. It simply didn't work out. But it doesn't mean anything about you. If anything, it means that you learned what you do not want. And so now you're more clear on what you do want, and you can lean into that. So let go of this attention seeking. Let go of looking for love, because it's not going to get you what you're looking for. It's going to get you more of a lack of love that you're feeling. So crack yourself open. Crack open that guard, that shell, that wall that you've built up over the years of pain, of needing to protect yourself, all of these things. And this goes for literally everybody. Like if you're watching this right now, I'm talking to you. You have some kind of guard up. You have some kind of wall where you're just sheltering your authentic self from the world. Why? Why is that? Why? Why are you doing that? You aren't here to be anybody else. You're not here to fit into an image of what other people think is great, is noble, is beautiful. You're here to be who you are. So do that and let everything come to you. That's all. That's the message for today. So, why? Why are you keeping that wall up? Are you ready to let it go? It's only one decision away. You just have to decide. Every time that you make a decision in life, and you truly make a decision, meaning you decide on one thing, you cut off all other options. Like, you decide, I'm going to fully and authentically be myself. When you decide that, there's no other option but to do that one thing. It's specific. You may not know exactly what that feels like, but you can get an idea of what that feels like to just be your authentic self, how freeing that feels. And as you continue to do that, as you continue to step into that more and more, embody that state of authenticity more and more, instead of seeking because you're disconnected from yourself and you're looking for this glamour, this, false validation. It's not even real. You're attracting because you're shining. You're just shining brightly. You're just shining your authenticity out into the world. So how can you let that guard go and just, you know what it feels like. So focus on the feeling, decide. And as you decide that, other things in your life are going to happen. It might be in the form of you getting triggered, of a lot of deep past pains and stuff coming up for you. Things are going to happen that are building up to you embodying that state of just being your authentic self. So make the decision, and life is going to naturally help you get there. That's just how it works. You just need to make the decision. You don't need to figure out every step in the process and how it's going to unfold. So, hope this helped. Drop in the comments, share your takeaways, what you got of value from this, any insights, anything specifically that helped you, any questions, recommendations, requests, whatever it may be. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe if you're not already. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.